Alright, it's time to start working on my drag bike here again. It's almost 1 o'clock. That'd be the dark 1 o'clock. So I get an early start on the day. I can work on my race bike still. Done with customer crap. That was yesterday. Now we're in a day. Time for my play. So this is my 57 panhead. I stopped when the oil pump was locked up for the last drag race. Had to take my military bike instead. So got another drag race coming up. So I got a week to get this bike together. There we go. Yeah, looks like it belongs on there. Alright, so I need to yank the motor out, rebuild it, do whatever I'm going to do to it, fix all the broken studs and bolts are in here all broken. The oil pump's locked up, got to find out what's going on with that, get it fixed. Get a panhead top end to put on it instead of the shovelhead I got over here. So I have to get back on that. I want it to look like that bike, not a shovelhead. The front end's a piece of junk. The back wheel's junk. I need to get a tire back here. It's going to hook up for drag race, and this thing just slides all over the place. So basically we're going to leave the transmission and oil tank alone. And the dash. That's about it. Oh, and the rear fender. We'll leave it alone too. Pretty much other than that, front end comes off, back wheel comes off, motor comes out. Yeah, no big deal. Shouldn't have a problem. Got a few days to work, so let's see, where am I going to put this piece of junk? There's a spot right there. Yeah, that'll work. So the panhead pipe does fit, surprisingly. We checked that last month, whenever the hell I worked on it last. Get this out of the way. That's it. That's the main nut. Might need that later. I'm going to put a Barnett clutch in here, get rid of this. Oh, that's a phase 3 belt drive. Here we go. Now I know what it is. Gotta get rid of that. I'm sure that'll never break. We'll yank that thing off. Alright, yeah, got plenty of time. No problem at all. And this is my way now. Somebody left the bike hanging around. Alright, so first thing I do is disconnect the ignition. Probably the easiest way to do that is just pull the distributor out. That's nice. It might not fall out very easy. Have to work on that too. Alright, yeah, nothing to it. Alright, let's get on it. Where is my tripod wood? Got a good view. You can see me and not be in my way. Yeah. That would be over here. Already in my way. Put the stool here. Can't work sitting on your ass. Learned that a long time ago. Alright, that's as good a view as you're going to get. Get all the tools out so you can use them. Power tools means I need air. Just happen to have an air line right here. There we go. Spot for it. Important tools out. Now you can work. The oil switch is being disconnected. Ah. Go. Buckets. Alright, need a pan for our big parts and one of these nice wash buckets for small parts. Zip good, zip good. Part tools. Yeah, no tap the screen. Good thing we got clean oil, right? We'll have to get something about the oil leakage around here. You can't see nothing being that far away. There you go. See better now. Alright, we're going to disconnect the oil line, so I'm going to disconnect right here at the oil tank. I got a cap plug I just had in my hand somewhere. Yeah, I just had it. There it is. So this goes over the stock Harley oil tank fitting. Plugs up the tank. I don't know what kind of oil I got in the tank. I don't remember. So, I'm going to take this off, cap it, and we'll figure out later what it is. Ah, piece of crap. Of course, the fittings don't work. The threads don't line up very well. That's capped. Now we drain the oil line. Here's the massive oil leak I got. Nothing. The old oil leak is here though. Okay, now I go ahead and get the oil pump apart. Get the oil lines off the rest of the tank. It's easier to get the crap out of your way now instead of later. It's usually quicker just to yank big chunks of stuff, get them out of the way, than work around them. All they do is get in the way and annoy the hell out of you, so might as well just get rid of them. Hate these stainless braided lines. I never have time to fix them, don't get rid of them. Maybe I'll get rid of them this time. Probably not. Might be in a rush again, like I always am. Should be a battery in here too. Might even be charged. I'll probably have to look into that in a day or so. Time with it? It's 1 o'clock now. How long does it take to get a motor out of the bike? Not long. Looks like it had clean oil in it. Yep, there it is. Looks fairly clean. Probably 25, 60 or straight 50 weight maximum. Probably what's in it. Be my guess. Big oil leak over there. Probably from transmission. Yeah, it's just broken in. Alright, I'm sure there'll be more oil leaking someplace. Okay, we get the ignition here. That's one wire. Goes to the bottom of the coil. It's easier disconnected at the coil than it is over here at the distributor. Probably has a standard coil in it. Nothing to write home about, I'm sure. Probably don't have time to do anything about that problem. Pretty sure I don't have time to do with that. There are some upgrades that are available. I might have one. Come to think of it, I think I have one. That means this coil's getting changed. All right. Okay, one wire out. Got good access to the distributor right now. Good time to pull it now. 1/4-inch bolts right here. It's amazing it ran this motor ran as good as it did considering all the stuff that was broken in it. I forget what I was running with in the 8th mile with it, but it wasn't all that fast. I remember that. It was fast enough to be one of them fancy dancy twin cam bikes though. I think I surprised them. I think most of it was because he didn't know how to ride. I did, so I beat him. Alright, there's our old distributor. With any luck, I'm not using it anymore, but we'll find out. Okay, so we got a generator in the way now. Here's the green wires going forward. I guess the battery still works. Ah, son of a bitch, that is sharp down there. I got a spark. So why is that hot down there? don't know. You wouldn't think the generator would be hot all the time. Must be the way. Must be one of the fancy generators. Yeah, now I got to disconnect the battery. I don't know how to get into the battery. It's buried in the corner here. Buried in a big hole. Yeah. Easiest way to do that is disconnect the ground wire. Alright, ground wire is disconnected. Now if you connect it back to ground, it's still grounded, remember that. So you have to put it somewhere where it won't get grounded out, which means you better wrap it in something. Yeah, I left all these paper towels here for some reason. Found a use for it. There. Battery's disconnected. This is a cycle electric self-contained regulator. That's why it has a hot wire there. Because the battery connects right to the generator instead of through a regulator. That's why that had hot juice, sparky in it. Alright, that one's out of the way. Okay, this has a strap around the generator because it's a 57 earlier motor. Pull that out of the way. The generator will come out. You also have access to the bolts. Oh, my light went off. There, light's back on. Supposed to have a tapered spacer in there. Of course it does not. Why would it have that? Alright, that's disconnected. Generator should be loose now. Had a big gasket there. Generator's out. Wipe off the loose oil. It's good to go for another 100 miles or 100,000. Which one comes first? I think I'd be lucky to see 10 miles with me riding it. Yeah, over there. There we go. Found a spot for the generator. There's a big straight slot screw in there. Alright, looks like it has the factory nut under there. It takes a straight 9/16 socket. So some panheads have, all these generator modes have a special encapsulated nut down there. It's got a little finger that sticks out so it won't rotate, so that's just a nut. Bolt comes from the bottom. Pretty straightforward design. Oh. Here's, I might have tightened it. Damn it. out. Actually, it doesn't need to go into that. It's stuck in there. It's good. All right, the other bolt out. Oh, that wasn't that tight. Must have been lazy that day. That's going to get torqued a lot tighter. Well, this has mock-up hardware in it. It doesn't even have real bolts in it. Not even a lock nut or anything, no lock washer. It's going together for drag racing, you can tell that. Away. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Shift lever seems to just a little loose. About normal. Okay, the motor's almost ready to come out. Alright, I need to get a couple more tools. Primary out, you need tools. Okay, rear bolt. Oh yeah, more mock-up hardware. Yeah, it's good. Wasn't made for a long time. Long time running. It was made to go drag racing, which is what it did. Well, at least I put a fine thread nut on there at least this time. The other bolts are coarse. Coarse bolts are not good for mock-up anything. Alright, I got one bolt left holding the motor in. 3 nuts on the primary side holding it in. It's ready to come out of here. Get the oil pressure switch out. It has to be out of the way so you've got access to the bolts. Alright, that's out of the way. That's tight. That one's loose now. Need an impact driver for the oil pump here. I know this thing's screwed up, but there it goes. Get the stuff loosened up so I can pull the pump apart easily. There we go. Alright, what is left? So I left this junk on the outside of the bike. Other side. Dangerous location here. Dangerous for the camera, not me. Alright, we got to pull the hub off, motor sprocket. I already got the footboard out of here, so we got room now to work on it. And the inner primary can stay, but the belt drive system's got to come off. I'm going to change out the clutch. So this is the puller for doing that. There, let it go. Alright, used a big zip gun. And this is the one I needed, huh? Yep. Nope. Must be a metric nut. Oh, there it is. It's this one. That's not coming off very easy. That's good and bad. It's good because it's tight, but it's bad because it won't come apart. There you go. Get you an 1/8 ball socket for the clutch hub nut. This reverse thread so you tighten and loosen. Push rod can stay. I purposely left the 3 nuts here to do this. Oh, these threads feel like crap. Okay, this tool goes over the push rod, pushes that into the main shaft. You have to pick the 3 holes you need. So this is an uneven 3-bolt pattern, so the wide's up. So you look at this, you got 3 groups of holes. Put the wide up, it goes right on. Of course, I did bring the socket for doing this. Can't have everything, right? Okay, get the nuts on there. We're on good threads because it takes a lot of pressure to pop these a lot of times. Not always, but a lot of times. So how easy this is. It will look out. No, I didn't luck out. I have to get a socket for doing this. 7/8 like it's supposed to be. Use a smaller zip gun. Put the nuts back on the hub so you don't lose them. I want to come off. Alright, slide the belt over a little at a time. So obviously caulking the clutch hub, keep it from coming off. So there's the hub, that's an aftermarket hub. Stock ones have a big stand, or a big amount of, damn, it sticks way the hell out. Big shoulder on it, I'll think of it. This has a ramjet tamer in there to keep it from going sliding back and forth. So you can see how this goes up and down a little bit. So when it goes up and down like this, it lets the clutch go back and forth and lock up. You want to have that as much zero as you can. The Barnett clutch I'm going to put in here, there's a big ball bearing like a Softail has, like a new bike. So the hub won't be going back and forth anymore. It'll stay fixed. And it has 7 plates, I think, instead of 5, or the heavy duty 6. So makes it a little better. This belt's nice and oily. It's going to go right back in. Being a phase 3, that means it's probably from the 70s, early 80s. I'm not sure when phase 3 went away, but they were definitely in the early 80s. They were pretty much done. So that means that belt's a couple years old. It's being preserved by all that oil on it. Looks like I had a little bit of Loctite on the main shaft there, which is normal for me. We need to lower the gearing on the bike way down so I have to see how small of a sprocket I can put on here. This one appears to be like a 23 or something on here right now. Each of them are marked somewhere. I don't see it right now. You know, I'm drag racing. I need to get something small on there. So I need something like a 20, 21, something like dinky. Get more RPM. I'm going to put a big cam in here, so I need a lot more RPM. I'm going to draw the rag racing 3rd gear. It's not good enough. There we go. That came off. So I have to, it looks pretty small tooth count, which is good. That helps lower it down also. So at least I'm helping out on that end. All right. Pull out the bolts right here. Looks like I'm going to have to fight to work around the primary, so we're just going to pull the primary cover off. It's quicker and easier. Looks like a 7/16 Allen and a 1/2 inch. Who knows what. Alright, bring a handful of tools. Drop some on the floor always helps. Once again, it's quicker just to get the junk out of the way so you got room to work. And work around it. It's a half inch. A half inch of that. Oh, there's only tight bolt. Ah, sharp too. Did not bring us wrench. It's out somewhere. Great. Couldn't have gone very far. Got put back in the bucket. Put the hardware used back up on there because these get weird. Bunch of weird washers and who knows what in these things. Yeah, I got quite a mix of hardware in there. Everything's well lubricated. A little bit of a hole in there. So what we gotta do is figure out where the oil is coming from, because we gotta fix the oil leak. They will shut you down at the drag races with oil leaks. So we have an oil leak out of the motor right there. Appears the breather line here is good. That's rubbing right on the brake lever, so that's good. The zip tie appears to be bad. And it appears we got a nice supply of oil in our sprocket. That is tight. Chain's nice and loose, good. Oh yeah, that's good. See how the high gear is wobbling inside on the main shaft, so that means you can see the oil gushing right there. So it's hard to seal up a leak when the seal's moving up and down a 1/4 inch there, see? So that's usually why these things leak, they're all loose as a goose. Alright, so we'll have to see what we can do about that. We can put a super nut on there, but I don't know if that'll help. Probably won't. Well, we'll try it. That might work, who knows. There's a lot of cures out there for them things. They usually always don't work. So for now, we're in a hurry. We're going to do what we got to do. Alright, I got to get this thing off. I need a tool for that. Put this here. A bunch of junk we're not using right now. Gotta get a wrench for that. That's in the way, that's fine. Okay, one homemade tranny socket, 6-point. Cut down for tight clearances. And the main shaft goes inside the hole so it clears. And I did not bring the dikes for pulling that off. Let's see, dikes. Who's got the dikes? It wasn't so light, I might have remembered half these tools. I was trying to keep going from front to get. Well, Dykes pull keys out real nice. Damn it, right on the floor. Yeah. Get the edge of the bucket and bounce right off. Okay, now we can pull this turning system out, which will probably leak oil out. This reverse thread again. Lock tab didn't do much. Gets in the way. There it goes. Yeah, only got used up a little bit. We'll flatten out, put it back in again. Okay. So whoever put this in there believed in silicone instead of fixing all the parts correctly. Use lots of goop on everything. Trying to seal it up. Which means the seal spacer is probably the wrong one. There's a keyway on the top of it somewhere. It looks like a solid one. There's no reason for silicone if you got all the junk in there. Okay, that is a 23 tooth. We're going to look for something a lot smaller. Maybe we'll find it. All right. It's got the correct seal spacer in there, the solid one. So I don't know what the hell's all the silicone's jammed in here for. I know why it's in there. We're trying to stop the oil leak, but that doesn't work usually. All these seals look brand new, but when the main shaft bushing in the gear is loose, it just bounces all over the place. It doesn't seal. Alright, well, we'll work on that a little later. This might seep oil out of it just sitting here. Probably will. That's okay. That'll give me an excuse to change the tranny oil out. Some Trabadon in there. Quicker shifting then. Alright, let's pull this clamp out. Breather's off. Speedo cable's there. So, we got one bolt holding the motor in now. See the wrench. Yeah, we have one tight bolt. Yeah, well, this was the hardest one to get to. Used to be a grade 8 aircraft bolt. Tight enough to get it. Yeah. Piece of metal in my thumb. At least the bolt's well lubricated. It's an important thing. Keep your bolt lubricated. Alright, motor should be loose. Yeah, motor's loose. Train's probably going to leak, so we're going to lay the frag right here so it'll leak on it. Chain is well lubed. It appears to be a nice worn out one. Oh yeah. I think we're going to have to put a new chain on it. So, until the chain's worn out, how much of a tooth can you see? When you see half a tooth, it's getting pretty bad. So see how it slops around there? So, that one's getting pretty loose. It's well broken in. It's not worn out, but it's well broken in. But for drag racing, I need to put a stronger chain on. That's a weak ass chain anyway. I need a stronger chain. So we're going to upgrade to a lot stronger chain. Alright, so that is it for that. Okay, I'm going to clean up this spot around here and we'll be back.